It's Wednesday, the 20th of June, 2018, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. In Jinshin Jitsu, Safety Energy Lock number 20 came into the universe meaning everlasting or eternal. And Safety Energy Lock number 20 is located here on the frontal eminences of the brow, either side of what in metaphysical studies is known as the third eye, or this brow chakra, which is about expanding our minds. It's about connecting to that parts of us, the part of us that is eternal. It is about bringing our animal nature in contact with our divine nature, or our ego in connection with our soul. So when Safety Energy Lock number 20 is open, then we can expand our vision out of our everyday, day-to-day, nitty-gritty reality and connect to, I don't know, the energy of the cosmos, I suppose, or it can give us that experience of the divine which resides within us. And so that's the power of Safety Energy Lock number 20. Now, you can hold your Safety Energy Lock number 4, so too much hair, but if you cup the back of your head and you hold Safety Energy Lock number 20, you are holding Safety Energy Lock number 4, which is the window to the connection of the soul and the big picture in your life, and this cosmic vision that you open. So, yeah, your limitless potential. You literally can connect to that part of you that is eternal and limitless. 20 is, of course, a 2, and 2 is about balance. 2 is about appreciating that both sides exist, that we have an animal nature, which is our egoic nature, which is necessary because without your ego, you would not get out of bed in the morning and you would get nothing accomplished in the world, all right? And our angelic nature, which is more associated with our soul and that part of us that is divine, and we need both. So when we open Safety Energy Lock number 20, then we can connect to how to keep both of those in harmony and not let one or the other run the show. Because if you are too much in your, okay, this is purely my opinion, don't shoot me, well, you can shoot me down if you want to, but if you are too much in your brow chakra, that means that you are you're off. You're out there, you're in the cosmos, and the practicalities of your everyday earthly life look like a disaster and feel like a disaster to you. So you might find you don't have enough money, you don't have enough security, you're not grounded enough, or you have these amazing ideas, or you have these amazing visions. It's a bit like when you take a psychedelic drug, like a magic mushroom or something, and you can go to, apparently, I don't know, okay, I'm just going to stop there, right there. You can go to the Pleiades, for example, or you see the most amazing colors, or things look completely differently. You can't live in that reality constantly, because in that reality, practicality doesn't really exist. Whereas in the egoic domain, in our animal nature, in our physical nature, of course practicality exists, but in order for us to have fulfilled lives, we have to be able to connect to that part of us that is eternal, and that's what Safety Energy Lock number 20 helps us to do. 20, as I said, is a 2. So this is about nurturing ourselves on a completely different level. This is beyond physical nurture or even emotional balance. This is about nurturing ourselves spiritually. This is about integrating our entire being so that we can have fulfilled and inspired lives. Note that I'd never say happy, because you can't have happy without sad. Fulfilled means happy and sad come together as a package, and you appreciate it as such, and you are not attached to either overly. It's a challenge, right? It's a process. So 2 from 20 helps us to focus on self-nurture, focus on balancing those two parts of our nature, as well as recognizing that every person that we come into contact with has an angelic and an animal nature. And you might be being faced with the animal nature that you're finding a little bit less than pleasant. If you remind yourself that there's an angelic nature there also, it doesn't make it okay if they are being mean or they're doing awful things, or, it doesn't make it okay. It just makes it balanced. When you can appreciate it in yourself, it makes you more tolerant of others. We have the 6 from June, which helps us to be objective. It helps us to keep harmony and balance. It helps us to recognize the beauty. It helps us to appreciate the beauty of our animal nature, because without it, as I said, you wouldn't function in the world. It also helps us to appreciate the beauty of our angelic nature. It helps us to appreciate the beauty in even what looks like the ugly. It helps us to appreciate the beauty within ourselves, and when we can do that, we can appreciate the beauty all around us. Of course, we have a second 2 from 2018, So there's lots of water here, which again helps us to maintain the balance. 2 is a water number, so it's associated with the emotion. So you might find yourself being emotional today, or feeling very connected to your emotions, or being very sensitive to your emotions. It doesn't mean that it's going to potentially be overwhelming in any way, shape, or form, but remember, feelings want to be felt, and they want to be acknowledged just as we want to be acknowledged and seen. Feelings want to be felt. They're part of who you are. They are of you, but they are not you, and they need to be recognized and felt, and we need to connect with them. So if you find yourself just wanting to disconnect and go into the mind all day today, that might be evasion, all right? And when you evade feelings and when you suppress them, they go underground and they come out and they sabotage you, either in your health or in your behavior or in your relationships. It's like a silver bullet. You can't dodge it, right? It's got your name on and it's coming for you. So you might as well just feel the feelings. Not popular and difficult, I do know. So the hero today is the 1. And having 1 in the hero position is wonderful, because 1 is the analyst, all right? So all that water and all that feeling and all that spiritual stuff that's happening with the 2s and the 6s, the 1 goes, okay, guys, this is how we can turn this into reality, maybe. This is how we can implement this. It says, I'm enough. It says, I am the 1. I'm 1. I'm an integration of my angelic and my animal nature, and I can appreciate and love both. I am confident in who I am today. Today, for what I have to do today, right now, I am enough. 1 is the inspirer. So when you can connect to that energy of the 1 in the hero position, then you are able to inspire not only yourself, but you're also able to inspire others. You're able to initiate movement so that you can actually have forward movement and a progression towards whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. The villain today is a 3. So when we have 3 in the villain position, then we can become very dogmatic. We can become very protective about what we believe. We can become very much wanting other people to believe exactly what we believe. In fact, we disconnect from the fact that we are everlasting, eternal, and limitless beings, right? Because we want to become controlling. We can also become really distracted. We can become distracted and lose our focus. We can focus on things that don't serve us. So the distractions, our world, we are surrounded by distractions, right? So too much TV, too much, too much, anything that distracts you, too much eating, too much TV, too much social media, too much checking of your emails, too much working. We lose the balance. We lose that expansiveness. We become contracted, and the more contracted we become, the less we are able to connect with our angelic, limitless nature, and the more mired we become in the details of what's going on in this physical existence, and the more anxious and overwhelmed we can become. Luckily, we've got Shinjitsu that can come to the rescue, so you can hold safety energy lock number 20 together with safety energy lock number 4, the back of the head, or you can hold your little finger. Yes, your little finger. You can hold your little finger. So your little finger, remember, also contains safety energy lock number 18, which we spoke about at the beginning of the week. Little finger is about harmonizing the heart, which is the organ of joy, and the small intestine, which is the organ of analysis. It helps us to harmonize the heart and the analytical function. It helps us to harmonize our nervous systems. It helps to harmonize those attitudes of comparing and competing and having to be perfect, the perfectionism, the trying tos, the strivings, the too much doing, okay? It helps us to bring more balance, and it helps us to bring the being part into alignment. Oh, I didn't say that about 20. Safety energy lock number 20, it's the harmony between doing, that's your animal nature, and being, that's your angelic nature. If you're too much of a beer, nothing gets done. If you're too much of a doer, you can't be fulfilled and happy, because you burn yourself out because there's not enough being. So holding your little finger helps to bring those two aspects into harmony. I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.